Wow. That's a really funny little machine. This is used for bird protection in the vineyard. We have seen quite a few solutions, but I would say this is the most interesting one. This is a little autonomous machine which is walking around the vineyard the whole day and making lots of interesting noises to scare away the birds which would eat the grapes. As you can see, let's stop the video actually here where we can see the whole machine. It also has speakers which are imitating bird sounds like hunting birds that would attack starlings. So that is one way to scare away the birds, but it also has this little gas tank and this little cannon which is periodically going to explode and make a huge noise, and that is also scaring away the birds. Especially in large vineyards, this is a very, very difficult job to protect your vineyard. Obviously you can use nets, but that's also not ideal because also really labor intensive. As far as I read in the description, they say that these autonomous robots can walk in the vineyards the whole day with one charge, and they are walking back to their station in the evening for recharge, so it doesn't really require any human interaction and it protects the vineyard, so thumbs up to that. Hello everyone, this is the 9th episode of Winemaker Reacts. We are back in the wine cellar and we are going to react to some interesting wine videos and maybe learn something. If you enjoy this series, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the new upcoming videos. We have some bangers coming, so you don't want to miss them. So let's jump into the videos. Okay, what is happening here? Interesting. So this is called endotherapy, when you are injecting the active solutions directly into the vascular system of the grapevine. It's an alternative way of treating the vineyard. It's pretty new. I didn't see it in too many places. As far as I've read in studies, it is really effective. You use a lot less solution to treat your vineyard. Obviously, you're not spraying it all over the vineyard and it's more targeted. It is really effective against diseases like ESCA, which is a really dangerous disease in the vineyard, and actually there is no treatment for it, so you can only prevent it. I'm curious how difficult is it to install and to manage this whole system, because it looks quite complicated and a bit over the top. Yeah, it's really interesting. I would love to talk to the people who are using such systems to see their experiences. Obviously this is a technology that is being studied right now. They say that it doesn't affect the vines and the grapes, so the solution is not present in the grapes. It's a lot better for the environment as well. It doesn't affect insects in the vineyard, bees or anything like that, and it has a longer lasting protection as well. So this is for those people who are curious why are oak barrels so expensive. This is how the process begins with the oak tree. It is obviously a really labor intensive process, and it's like a generational project, because these oak trees that are used for oak barrels sometimes can be 200-300 years old, so obviously they are always replanted in these oak tree forests. And then when you cut down the trees comes the shaping, then they cut up the wood, then it is seasoned, which means that they keep the wood outside for 2 up to 5 years, and then the cooperage starts and they are creating the barrels, which, as you can see, it's a really specific and hard labor intensive process. And then obviously begins the toasting, which is another art, because, as you know, depending on the toasting level of the barrel, you can get different aromas in your wine. It's obviously up to the winemaker. What is the target? What style of wine are you trying to produce? And depending on that, you are going to order oak barrels that are toasted to your needs. With light toasted barrels, you can preserve more fruity characters, and it only brings slight vanilla characters and obviously some tannins from the barrel. And with heavier toast, you can bring more smoky, coffee, chocolate flavors to the wine. It's up to the winemaker what style is being targeted. This cooperage is actually in Burgundy, so these barrels are being made for Burgundy red wines, and yeah, that's a beautiful process. That is a really beautiful vineyard full of gravels, alluvial soil. So this video was taken at the Bodega Ribas winery, which is, as far as I know, one of the oldest wineries in Spain. It was founded in the 1700s and it's still run by the same family, which is really admirable. I think this is the 10th generation right now. And the vineyards are just beautiful. As you can see, it's rocky soil, and this is really helpful for high quality winemaking, because these soils have very low water retention, very low in nutrients, which makes the wines to struggle a bit, and the grapes are going to be more complex. They are using lots of indigenous grape varieties that can handle these rocky soils: Manto Negro, Gargolasa, and Premsa Blanc. Never tried any wines from these grape varieties, so I'm really curious. Also, something worth mentioning is the vineyard's pruning technique. This is a bush wine vineyard, which is really interesting and not that common. Here, obviously, you do not have the support system. The vines are standing on their trunks, and the pruning is completely different to the mainstream pruning of Guyot or cordon pruning. Really cool, really interesting vineyard. So that's it for this week's Winemaker Reacts episode. If you enjoy these videos, consider subscribing, joining our paid subscriptions, both on Instagram and YouTube, and see you in the next one.
Back and I'm better than ever. I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. All of those times getting severed. I told them all I get left.